better pick. Where would you prefer it? I like seeing Bane in mid.
For me personally, in terms of itemization, if you're going for the backline, go physical, man. But if there's a hard front line from the opposing side, might as well go magic because a lot of damage on that ult.
And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, let's welcome you to the drafting phase of game number 1 between Echo Philippines as well as Team EVO representing Mekong. You can see that Echo has first pick, EVO with the second. And very interestingly, just face value, already respect here, right? Glue, Kaja, Faramis taken away from Team EVO, but on the same side, Lancelot and Franco has been taken away too.
I like how Echo is approaching this. Again, given that maybe one of EVO's main strengths is mystery, right? You don't know what they're up to. They're just covering their bases here, right? We don't want no glue. We don't want no Faramis just in case there's that duo synergy. And then, okay, Kaja, you're safe. No suppress, actually, with the Franco, too.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's also a very safe ban coming in from EVO because banning out Carl TZ's Lancelot. He just had practice just a few days ago. Banning out the Franco as well as the Arlet for now. I kind of feel like they're testing the waters, but Echo, without missing a beat, picking up the 1-1.
That's so risky.
But 1-1 recently got nerfed, though.
Yes.
So is she fine? Is she okay?
I think it's fine because Kaja and Franco aren't here. So this 1-1 might be able to bounce around unless EVO tries to pick up the Phoveus. We gotta see if they want to do that.
But other than that, there's also still the Diggy that could be picked up, and even straight Purify can actually hurt the 1-1 even after the buff. But sorry, the nerf, but we do see something here.
Someone else who might get picked up, who was not nerfed but buffed instead, that's Alpha, who I think might see play. Given that there's a Fredrin, there are few conditions to make an Alpha jungle work, right? And you gotta have a tanky opponent in the other jungle, so this is good.
Great thing about Alpha, because looking at the changes, number 1 is actually the ult, because it charges up so fast, the cooldown is so low, you could initiate basically every single time.
2 or 3 in a team fight.
And the changes are at the passive, so every single second hit that Alpha does, Beta will follow up, so a lot of damage here.
Oh, but they're going straight for the Yuzong and the Yi pick here for Echo, so securing that really heavy backline promise as well as that artillery and the slow. And interesting, they pick up a Yuzong here. What do you think that's for?
I like the Yuzhong. They're just covering up what possible picks Biston can play. Biston is another key player for EVO. So yeah, even if we do not have 20 August, you still have your name and Biston. They just want to make sure Biston doesn't have an easy life, but I'd give this a wash. It's a 50-50 with a Claude.
Honestly, it is, because the Claude is going to be used to make sure that he can deal damage against the E, because it is a very direct counter there. But yeah, I kind of do believe that this Yuzong, because looking at MPL Philippines, Leo, you can correct me, but I see a lot of bans, early bans on the Yuzong, and a lot put it as an S-tier EXP laner, just for the fact that you can go directly to the backline. Whether, doesn't matter what kind of hero they use, it's always going to be annoying, it's always going to be good.
I will not correct you because you are correct.
Going back into the drafts as well here, we do have the Kufra being taken away from Yaoi for sure. Definitely a power pick for himself. Lolita also gets taken away, so the limitation onto the hero pool of that roamer has begun. And the interesting thing is, once again, we're not really sure what Nonim has in his hero pool, but we do have a fun fact here for Sanford. He has a 100% win rate on the Yuzong. Leo,
Lafel, that's
what
why.
Is that?
10 out of 10.
That's why, right? That's why.
10 out of 10.
That's why we were talking about how it's always banned, especially against Echo, right? Now we close up junglers, all right? Carl TZ, your name not going to be able to touch the Ling nor the Akai. I wonder what the roamers are going to go do, though. The Cho's still out.
Yeah. Cho is still available.
Cho for Yaoi. Huh?
I kind of screamed.
Right, that was you.
Yes.
That's you.
Definitely.
Not me.
Honestly, quite interesting here. It does seem that Echo, they know quite a lot about EVO, because even though they saw the Fredrin, they're still banning out the Ling as a jungler. Fully expecting, if you want to scream, you can scream, because Yaoi's picking up the Cho.
Oh my god, it's Cho!
There it is. I'll allow it.
Okay.
4 out of 5.
It's alright, it's alright.
Cool. So there it is. That's Yaoi's Cho. He has won championships off of a single hero.
But I like the fact that they picked up a
Bane. Let's
oh
go.
my god, Bane!
Let's go!
The Bunny.
The Bunny.
The Bunny.
Why?
Man, you guys were just talking about this.
I was playing a lot of Bane, man. My Bane is a
lot of
sign
good.
of nobility.
So
A lot of good, man, because even the Bane can cancel the Claude. Oh, man.
Carl DZ, what are you doing?
wow. All right. Okay. Wait. Let's take a look at Evo for just a minute, right? With the Martis and the Fredrin, Martis jungle, right?
Yeah, likely. Yes.
I mean, they could switch it up. It could be Martis EXP.
No absolutes.
No absolutes.
I like that he's anti-CC going against Carl Tizzy and Yaoi though, right? So
Yeah, you can come through. Just
yeah, I would definitely prefer the Martis. We'll see the last pick here coming in for Team Evo. They're taking their dear sweet time. Everyone is shaking, and it's going to be the Diggy.
That is a valuable diggy. That's money right there. You're stopping the ult on the Bane. You're stopping 1-1 with the stun, right? The trigger, the Chol, the Yuzhong.
Dude, a lot is going on. Honestly, looking at the draft, I see Diggy coming out of the screen, coming back in. Looking at the audience prediction, also seems pretty one-sided here.
Yeah, talents, audience prediction as well. It's tough to say that this outcome could be different, but let's take a look at not the history and, the accolades of both of these teams, right? Let's take a look at the drafts.
Let's live in the now.
Let's live in the now, exactly.
I like how Team EVO is actually sticking to the fundamentals. They have their bases covered. And again, we talked about how the Diggy is so valuable. But in practice, right? Echo's playing with fire, man. Like, Echo is so hot. That draft is so hot.
I like Bane, so I like the draft coming in from Echo.
Here we go. Game number 1. I hope the Dark Horse are ready, but also I hope the Apex Predators came to play.
And I hope that the audience are ready as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 between the Filipino representative and, of course, the representative from the Mekong region. And, coming to this game, right, we got to take a look at the battle spells as well as the emblems. Does anything stand out to you here?
Definitely, because Carl TZ here is using the jungle emblem. And here's the thing, people might be like, yeah, he's a jungler, of course he's going to go for that. But usually Bane, he will choose either the magic or the assassin emblem, really showing what he wants to go for. And Bane really clears the jungle super fast that he had to get nerfed before coming into the MSE, and because he's using the jungle emblem, he could really go either way. Physical, magic, even defense, it's really up to him.
Or it could even be a hybrid
yeah,
build,
definitely.
right? Like
yeah.
we see that a lot from Wise, right? We saw that from Wise as well, but this is going to be the goats. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, down bottom. You see how also a Bane has great range? There's a deadly catch. Oh, that's a show of strength.
It's mostly just about zoning them out because, again, they just want to make sure that EVO, they don't have a comfortable laning phase to make sure that Echo, they can move around the map a little bit more comfortable. And again, Carl TZ, we got to see if he's very aggressive with his ults. Honestly, I kind of feel like he's going for the damage on the bounce. He might go for a physical kind of build.
Definitely a possibility here. Looking back into the lane matchups, right? It seems like the Diggy has been really babysitting the Claude, right? Giving some damage, harassing the 1-1 in that early game, but face value, 1-1 versus the Claude. Who is supposed to win that matchup?
Honestly, looking at the situation, it is supposed to be the 1-1 because actually it's more about kind of a dead lane. The Claude doesn't want to fight. 1-1 wants to fight. As long as Claude survives, it's okay.
Here we go. Sanford, the Apex Predator himself, starts to fight. Your name at less than half health. Turtle gets reset. Look at the back line. Oper versus Carl DZ. First blood draw by the Playmaker. Down goes Your Name. Carl DZ, though, taken out. Can Echo find revenge? Oper gets away with it and kept down. Sanji gets the kill. Turtle still standing. There's a pull by EVO.
Okay, 2-for-1 trade there. Still in favor for EVO, honestly, but Echo did able to manage to reset that turtle, right? So nobody gets that just yet. Things are going to go back to square one.
Yeah, I guess we didn't mention as well, but yes, it is going to be the Fredrin jungle. The Martis is going on the EXP, and both frontliners were punished, but now Agi
stole that RWM. I wonder if that was the right timing, though. They may have pulled the trigger too soon.
Right now, we can also see that the turtle has been pulled over to Echo side.
Oh, watch out! Deadly catch! Count easy with the retry. In comes Oper. Maybe too late. And now another fight. There was a kick onto Agi. He gets away.
Oh, I think that was beautifully played, right? Really, really calculated there from the side of Echo as well. EVO tried their best, but in that moment, in the 5v5, with how much utility that Carl TZ has with his ultimate, it's a little bit too difficult maybe for them to go for a front end game.
Carl TZ here, jungling very cleanly, and so far, Your Name staying to his side of the map. Down bottom, there's some action, 3v2. Yaoi gets caught with the reverse time. Doesn't want to cross the threshold. He understands Benny's not ready yet.
Yeah, again, looking at how they're rotating, they just want to make sure that EVO, they're not in their comfort zone. I kind of feel like this is more about putting pressure mentally than actually physically getting those kills.
All right, but corrosion already built there by Benny QT.
Looking at the items here as well, we can definitely see a very big impact here because looking at the Claude has actually, never mind, the Claude actually has a gold advantage here. And looking at the Bane, looks like it is going to be, at least for now, focusing on the defense.
Oh, up top. Doesn't mean much here. Oper versus Sanford. You see Sanford with the Shah Essence. Heals up, down bottom. There's a kick on the Noom Nim. Gets a few hits in. Sanji with the Void Crystal keeping him down with the RWM. Fails to pop the little owl baby man, and he gets away.
All right. 4 minutes in, you can see, like you mentioned there, a lot of aggression here coming in from Echo as well. And I find this interesting, right? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Benny wants to take to the skies. Doesn't get to it. Piston takes him down. Point blank. Blazing Duet.
I gotta say, I guess that's just manipulation there because I think he thought that he could take a little bit more in terms of the turret shots and then he could rise up. And a kick here from Yaoi.
Could they find one on Agi? He's still alive, but only for a second more. Sanji gets a kill.
And looks like it's not finished because here Carl Teasy might get caught.
Carl gets put down. Oh, he gets away. Heals with the ale. Deadly catch. Down goes your name. Another kill for Sanji.
And now they're just free to get the neutral objectives. And this is why I love Echo and how they play, right? The way they're able to just chain those events, going in for the kills, getting over those pickoffs from the side of EVO, and then going ahead and getting the neutral objectives, securing that for themselves, and of course, a healthy gold lead.
Right now, I kind of don't like the movement coming in from EVO because it looks like even they're not entirely sure what they're really going for because they're kind of like moving by seeing what Echo is doing. They're not being proactive, they're being reactive.
Yeah, and it's so evident here in mid because look, Echo is just making a play for this mid lane. Biston coming in, pre-firing the Blazing Duet. Oh, to his detriment, but they do clear the wave. EVO is still alive.
Okay. Right? Echo has been playing just insane, but looking at the equipment coming in from Claude, right, from Biston in particular, does he have enough in his arsenal to play that aggressive?
For now, definitely not yet. He definitely needs the golden staff. Doing him here, looks like he's gonna be fine. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. He's taking quite a lot of damage actually from Sanji.
If anything, the real win is that they force the pop on the time's journey. They're not gonna be able to fight here a few seconds in. Look at Agi. He has the way of the dragon. No dice.
It really looks like they're just buying their time. Kind of ironic because they have the Diggy, but it looks like they really want to make sure that everyone gets their items first and then try to fight it out. I would kind of say it's the opposite from Echo, where Carl Teasy is really looking for an excuse to use his ult. Like, if I can use a deadly catch, I'm just going to do it.
You're right. But right now here, Biston, once again, he's trying to, he's trying to equal the playing field, right? You can see that he's struggling, just trying to get the farm so he can play a little bit more aggressive because of that mid-game power spike that he so direly needs. But in the top lane,
they try to get one over on Sanford, able to retreat underneath his turret. He survived, he's okay. And LaFell, just to build on what you said earlier, I think I agree with you because they're looking for a play, right? They go for the XP lane. They go for the one that actually can just get away with a Black Dragon form.
Yeah, and I gotta say, that was kind of a big mistake because the way of the Dragon could have pulled him away from the safety of his own turret, but accidentally kicking him into safe arms. The turret doesn't have arms, but just, metaphorically.
We get it.
We get it. It's like family. Ohana.
Oh, Carl Deasy here. Wants one. Early deadly catch gets a shield for his team. And now your name in the middle of it all. Nominate on early time's journey. Oper getting caught in the real world manipulation. He's not gonna last long. Sanji gets another kill. 4-0 on this young mid laner from the Philippines. Now Agi. Oh, look at Carl Deasy right in the middle of all of it. Agi making some space. Nominate in your name retreating underneath her tier 2. Tier 1 up top gets taken down by Sanford.
Echo's just doing everything right? They read the opponents. They know exactly what EVO is trying to go for. They're able to secure and dominate over the neutral objectives. They go in for the kills as well. And it feels like EVO, they're pressured to play as aggressive. They're playing into the tempo of Echo, where I feel like they need to stop over-committing for these team fights.
I don't know, I kind of feel like they're trying to play as safe as they can. It's good and bad, right? Because you're not taking unnecessary risk. At the same time, it comes to the question, and right now, Opera actually building a little bit of sustain with the Bloodless Axe, which is going to be pretty good when he has a lot of, either a lot of defense or a lot of damage. But for now, I kind of feel like, at least for now, it's going to be a dead item. It's not going to help him out too much.
Talking about items though, right? Golden Staff for the Claude. So maybe, do you think that's enough to change the game, to change how these team fights have been going?
I think it's the starting point. It's definitely, you have the damage, but again, the setup has to be there. Either EVO has to start something, or Echo has to make a mistake. The GOAT's final test. The first time CarlTeasy will be playing in MSC.
Yeah, and that's just going to be the only title left for him to take for himself, right? He already has 2 MS series, and now he's looking for the next M, but that being MSC. Let's see how far he goes with it. Already a 3,600 gold lead here for Echo in the 9th minute of the game, and it's looking detrimental here for EVO.
Ooh, Yaoi finds a kick on Oper despite all of the bobbing and weaving, forcing out an RWM from Agility, stole away from Sanji. All this while, half of the Sansan duo actually keep his ult. So also watch out for Sanford down bottom in that one engagement, right? Echo forced back EVO, they only spent 1 ult.
Yeah, but now that's actually information, right? Because now both of these teams are grouping in as 5. CarlTeasy here at level 13 with the Retribution. Does EVO have a chance to take it away?
Oh, here comes Sanford coming in from the east. And Biston, having your name steal. This level 1 Lord. Forcing RWM out of Sanji. They're still breathing. Sanford, oh, helps get a kill. Biston serving it up to the GOAT. Now Numnim going out. Oh, CarlTeasy pushing them away with an Ale Blast. Oh, I gotta say, with all that's been done, Biston for a Lord, I take this trade.
Honestly, that is a very good trade because, again, it's better than losing everything, right? At least you got the Lord, and now we can definitely see EVO. Okay, we see some action, we see some productivity, we see some proactive action coming in, and it is because the itemization, just like Eterna has asked just now, having the Golden Staff with the Demon Hunter Sword, it's kind of enough. But again, if they scale a little bit more, and if Biston can actually go in a little bit safer after this, there is hope. There's a breathing space for EVO.
There's definitely hope, right? Because even in that previous Lord fight, all odds were stacked against EVO, right? Your name is how many levels behind CarlTeasy, and he still managed to get that under the nose of CarlTeasy. So that's incredible. And now CarlTeasy, to answer our question in the early stage of the game, he's actually building for defense. So that's something that we can take note of.
Interesting. We were wondering, magic, physical, hybrid, nay, sustain.
So far.
Interesting.
I kind of feel
I'm taking notes.
I kind of feel like he can do that because he really trusts his teams. Having Bandicoot as well as Sanford, being able to dish out the damage, and again, Sanji as well. So he's kind of like, he has said, instead of being like the playmaker, now he's like, you know what? I will follow the team. What do you guys need? I'm just gonna make sure you guys get it.
Wow, I was gonna say, CarlTeasy bringing back Bane in the jungle like it's 2021. This is a different flavor. I'll have it. I'll take it. And so far, it's been a very quiet game. This is odd.
Honestly, looking at how he's really forcing out all of the fights, all of his ults, just to make sure that they have a faster rotation, it is very interesting. Definitely take notes because a lot of people have been going for damage, but CarlTeasy is like, nah, fam. Honestly, the damage is enough. I just make sure that I can survive for long.
Yeah, the utility from the ultimate, right? The deadly catch is already enough to kind of hinder whatever plan that EVO has. I don't know how, but they need to find a way to bait out the resources coming in from Echo before they commit to a team fight.
I kind of feel like Opera has to be the black sheep here. He has to go in front, get everything, but Yaoi gets a kick.
Oh, that's one. Agi is the first to fall. That is such an important role. You can't have your mid laner being out of a big 5v5. And now, Echo might just force the issue here. RWM pinning Numinum. Yaoi. Oh, wow, that's unfortunate timing. They could have really forced that mid push.
Yeah, kind of, but, well, it seems like this is the result that we're going to take for now. 2,600 gold lead. It has shrunk from earlier, but right now, once again, both these teams with the Lord on the way already, 3 seconds left. Seems like Echo has already begun to kind of set up for it. Biston here trying to clear in that bottom lane. but that's information as well for Echo to maybe pull the trigger here right now.
Oh, they're gonna rush this Lord unless EVO will oblige. There's a kick by Yowie, finds your name. Fredrin here at less than half health. Now a fifth, now an eighth, and down he goes. Easy gets the kill. That's no retry for EVO. Luminium goes down, pop by Benny Cutie. Oper trying to get one, doesn't get it. 2K for Big K, and that's already 3 out. 2 members left. They won't even think about it. Echo making a straight play for the Lord, unless EVO, what's this? You want to push in mid?
I kind of feel like they got to find something else because Echo, I don't know whether it is intentional or not, but they're actually making sure that they stagger the respawn time coming in from the team because Agi was about to spawn. That's when they tried to force a fight. Get someone and make sure that not all 5 members are alive at the very same time. Make sure that, okay, one's down, then we get 2, and then once they are about to get up, we're going to kill them as well.
Oh, man. All right, okay, Biston's fine. Biston's okay.
Close call.
Yeah, you were talking about that, right? They need to find something else. They need to trade back, and I think that's what Biston is trying to do, right? Claude has a little bit more mobility than maybe the other members of the team. I would argue that Martis should be the one to do that, but taking a look at the instant replay right now, let's see what happened.
The instant replay, honestly, they just feel like, okay, you know what? Right now, even they're not really doing anything, so we might as well just engage and try our luck, because I kind of feel like for them themselves, they're like, we just have enough damage. Yeah, we just catch someone.
Anyone.
Anyone.
And how perfect is it that his first target was the one with the retribution. Now an RWN by Sanji. Finally locks in that tier 1 in mid. Agi answers back. Oh, EVO here. Still alive, still up. Keeping much of what they want to protect. They have one more turret out of their base. But Echo has a Luminous Lord.
I would argue that EVO should be able to have the high ground to defend it, but compared to Echo...
Your name gets kicked out of the way, he survives! But Lord does trample through. Look at Sanford. Oh, deep behind enemy territory. Oper walks out. Biston takes quite a bit of damage from Sanford. He did pop his petrify. Down goes Agi. Sanji coming in. Didn't have to spend his retry, rather his flicker. Probably he spent his retry though, trying to slow him down. Another push in mid by Benny Cutie. This is looking dire.
Yeah, right now we gotta look at Biston because he cannot deal out the damage safely. Every single time he goes to the front, he's gonna take quite a lot of damage. And now
whoa, we were talking about Biston, down he goes! Oper as well, they're slowly falling. Your name gets taken down by Benny Cutie. It's a wipeout. Echo takes game 1.
A triple kill for the 1-1. That was insane. Gameplay coming in from Echo. That was clean cut, straight to the book. I don't really know what to say about that game.
Honestly, in this game, Echo, they took the game in control. They say this is Mobile Legends Bang Bang. I got a car. I'm in the driver's seat. You can sit anywhere you want. Shotgun, sit in the back. Either way, you're coming with us on the ride that we're steering the wheel.
That's basically calling the shots. It's like, all right, we're the world champions. We just won our MPL. Here's how we do it. Actually, you know what? I have to admit, in the first maybe 5-6 minutes, I wasn't sure where they were going, right? And maybe even EVO wasn't sure where they were going. But as soon as Echo got it figured out, well, we'll see. When we break down the items, I can't believe Easy built Sustain.
It's interesting. It's
gonna make more
right?
sense,
because,
though.
I mean, but what LaFell mentioned earlier, I think that makes sense as well, right? He's counting on the damage coming from all the other members. He realizes that his plus point, his advantage on the Bane just needs to be relying on the utility of his ultimate. And we saw that in those team fights when things got a little bit messy, that they were able to disrupt the initial just formation of EVO from the get-go.
Yeah, and with that, I'd like to double check exactly why. I think Bane's skills scale off of magic and physical damage, right? Nothing with HP. But Caldeezy was building HP!
I mean, here's the thing, right? If you want to make sure you deal more damage with your first skill and your passive, you go physical. If you want more heal on your second skill, the ale as well as the deadly catch.
Cooldown too.
Yeah, and cooldown as well. But here's the thing, right? Because of the emblem, it really does make sure that you get a lot of advantage with the more HP that you have. And again, we see how every single time off cooldown, he just uses the deadly catch. And I kind of feel like that's really the big difference. And now, Yowie as the MVP, hearing the crowd, they were not surprised. They were hoping that he gets the MVP.
You're smiling.
I mean,
you're smiling.
If I were in the crowd, I'd be like screaming too, right? We don't expect anything less from the performance coming in from Yowie. He's proved time and time again on the international stage what that Cho means when he gets his hands on it.
Some might argue it's Cho's Yaoi, not Yaoi's Cho.
Yep.
Either way, looking at the itemization again and again, as a Cho, as a playmaker, you kind of don't care that much because the catches are really the one that defines the hero. And we kind of see Yaoi, Cho, I don't know, I kind of feel like they're two souls melding into one. And without Yaoi starting anything, I kind of feel like Echo is just like, yeah, we're just going to spam the skills and then see what's happening. And now, looking at the highlights in this game, especially coming in from Yaoi, definitely deserve the highlights because every single time a fight starts, it is because of him.
Yeah. What was a better way to say welcome to MSC Yaoi than to have him play his highlight play hero?
Yeah. It's no longer Chaknu, right? Because when we talk about Cho, usually I'm accustomed to seeing Chaknu, but coming back into the performance, I think his targeting was just on point. His macro, his micro as well. He just knows exactly who to catch at the right time, and just even these plays, right? They're able to make it. He's able to make it uneven, unbalanced for EVO every time they try and go for a team fight.
And he didn't die. He didn't die. Look at
407.
Look at the heat that EVO is packing. You would usually die, especially if there's a Diggy on the other side, right? But he didn't die.
Honestly, in this kind of game, I kind of feel like it makes sense that he does not die because the damage dealers can actually deal the damage safely because every single time Yaoi catches someone, there's always going to be someone following up. If he's there alone, sure, maybe he will die. But again, looking at this game, unfortunately, Biston cannot deal free damage